The answer is really just about anything they can think of. Let's establish that we're talking replacement. We're putting a window back into an opening that exists on the home, right? We're replacing an existing window. We're not adding a window. We're not, right? We're just replacing what's there. The options are whatever the homeowner wants, right? Whether that's a sliding window, again, a casement window, a fixed window, a double hung window, a single hung window, whether it's vinyl, wood, fiberglass, all of these options are available. Some homes may not allow it, right? Just based on the way the home was built, the type of materials used on the exterior. There may be some things that dictate what we can do. And the goal of getting the windows replaced may very much dictate what it is we're going to do on that home as well. So let's take a basic, double hung vinyl window replacement. The window that we've been using for years. There are a couple upgrades, right? Whether it's the way that the bottom sash is going to tilt in, instead of having tabs on the outside corners, the lock mechanism itself is what allows the window to tilt. Entry control devices are very common on those windows as well, which only allows the window to open a couple inches, still get the airflow, but does not leave a window open all night. So some of those things are there. I like to have those just as a standard part of the window on a single family residence. We may find on a income producing property, there is a reason to take some of those features away. But on an owner occupied single family residence, those features that many people look at as upgrades, I look at as, well, that should be on your window, right? You're gonna be interacting, living with this window for a very long time. Let's put the features on it that are going to give you what you need when living in the home. Generally what we find where we want to go from a clear glass to a different type of glass is going to be in our bathrooms, right? We have a window in a bathroom. We want to look at some sort of obscured glass, right? Whether that's going to be, a reeded glass or, a rain glass it's sometimes referred to, or a leaded glass, frosted, whatever it is. But from a, hey, I want this window to be red and this window to be green scenario, it's not nothing I've ever ran into, but we do try, and as we are walking through with the homeowner, say, hey, whenever you're standing here, would it make sense to have this amount of privacy offered by this opening, but still allow light in? Every replacement window that I put in, I'm going to be putting a screen on. The only question is that I put a screen on the entire window or half the window. So a lot of times, almost all the time I should say, we're going to be doing a 50% screen, right? And that screen can go to the top sash or bottom sash. The thing I like about it the very most is that you're not having to look through a screen to look outside, right? You can look right through the glass and outside if you're standing up, right? If it's in a living room and you find that, hey, I'm always sitting down here whenever I'm looking outside, you can take that screen and move it to the top sash and use that top sash as your ventilating sash, right? And that gives you a lot of freedom and flexibility without having to look through that screen every time you look outside. Well, whenever we talk casement in relation to windows, where my mind goes is a casement window, a window that traditionally is going to crank and then the entire sash is going to open on a hinge-like system. Recently, I've been using a lot of Pella Impervia casement windows, and I'm using those just because of the opening system that is built into the window, right? So instead of having a crank that you have to turn, it has a slider that you just very easily with touch of a finger slide left or right or up or down, and that entire sash is going to just open up on its hinge system. So that's one place I go. The other place, whenever people say casement or casing or something like that, we're talking trim, right? What I try and do whenever possible is leave the existing interior trim in place, right? Come up with a window plan that's going to allow me to put in a good quality window that's going to offer maximum energy savings to the homeowner without having to redo the entire trim package on the house. And the big reason for that is, well, we're eliminating some cost here, right? I'm still getting the goals met with also eliminating costs, right? On the outside, what I do with the outside with trim or no trim, or how I handle that, I really don't know until I see the house. What kind of material do I have, right? What is the siding, or is it brick? What are the constraints that the home is offering me? Perhaps the best answer is to do a metal wrap on the exterior wood frame of the window. Perhaps the best answer is to cut back siding and add a 3-inch James Hardie siding around the window and caulk that in. And maybe we're looking at, hey, I can just put vinyl J trim back up to this vinyl siding against a vinyl window and give you a great product there too. So casement in windows, generally I think of a casement window. At times people are referring to trim, and then that gets us talking interior and exterior trim.